Okay, so we have another Venn diagram problem, but it's not exactly Venn diagram problem. And maybe the Venn is not even required. So let's read the question once. So let's read the premise once. So we have 200 students, out of which 105 like pizza and 134 like burger. We're looking for the number of students who like only burger. But you're not looking for the value, by the way. We're looking for can possibly be, because nothing else is mentioned, right? I mean, how many like both of it, how many like none of it. So no such information is mentioned. I mean, there could be people who like neither pizza nor burger, right? So how to approach this? So first of all, if you think about the region itself, and if you look at the, I mean, you can do this with a bit of practice without even drawing the circles. But if you imagine the Venns here, or the circles here, so let's say the pizza circle and the burger circle, we are looking for the value of this. I mean, a possible value for this, right? Now, put it in this way: whatever be the entire rectangle is 200, and the pizza circle is 105, right? So whoever is in this pizza circle cannot be part of this region for sure, right? So implying that this value, this only burger region, that value can never be more than 95. So if it is not more than 95, then option C is anyhow ruled out. You have to go by options, right? We're looking for which of the following can be. 90, you cannot have something more than 95. So that option is straight away ruled out, right? Now focusing on the rest of it. So let's do this. Let me consider the center region. So center region is important in this case. So let us consider the center region to be X. So if I consider the center region to be X, you can start by X here, or that might overcomplicate a bit. So if you consider the center region as X, that becomes a little easier. So this is 105 minus X. This is 200 minus X. I might not have needed to write this 105 minus X, but check this out. I mean, once you have this point, sorry, not 200 minus X, my bad. Just 1 second. Burger total is how much? 134, right? So this is 134, by the way. I did not take that down initially. So this is 134 minus X, right? Great. So in order to balance that 200, just check the constant separately and the variable separately. So in terms of variable, it is easy to identify. See, you have a couple of minus X and one X, right? So you need another plus X outside in order to eliminate the X, because this 200 has no X in it, isn't it? So just try to eliminate that X. So this is how we can do that quickly. In terms of constants, we have 105 and 134, right? So 105, 134. So what are we getting? So 105 and 134. So that is like you're getting 239. So you need 200. You need to subtract 39, right? So this is what we have, right? So this is the something like the outside region, right? With the ones which do not like pizza nor burgers. Now we already have the maximum limit of the burger, so we're trying to find the minimum limit. So in order to minimize this, I need to maximize X, right? So if I have to maximize X, because I'm focusing on this region. So if 134 minus X has to be minimized, see, we already eliminated 96 by considering that only region can never be more than 95, right? That was very easy to identify. So that was the maximum limit of this particular region, only burger. But if I have to minimize the only burger part to check the remaining options, in that case, I have to get this X maximized, right? 134 minus X minimized is X maximized. I hope that idea is very obvious to you. So in order to maximize X, now check this out. Just check these two regions, this one and this one. None of these regions can be non-negative, right? So we have 105 minus X greater than equal to 0. So X less than equal to 105. And obviously, if I take this part to be greater than equal to 0, so X will come out to be less than 134. But if X is less than equal to 105, then X is automatically less than equal to 134, right? So that is not a problem. So just focus on this part. So X has a maximum of 105, right? So if I substitute 105 here, so this becomes 134 minus 105, which is 29, right? So now we know that the only burger part has a minimum of 29. So this is the minimum value. So I'm just putting a down arrow to visually explain you. So the minimum value of this only burger region is 29. So you cannot go below 29, right? So this 26 and 23 are also out. So the only feasibility is 93. So you don't need to check the options here. You can just figure out the minimum and maximum of this only region, and then will automatically understand this. Now, this is something I've mentioned in our lessons. I'll just mention this to those who have not attended a lesson. This is a very simple concept. I can do it in this time. So suppose you have a Venn diagram or any sort of representation on which you should have non-negative values. So if you have a Venn diagram, you need to have non-negative values, right? So whenever you have a region like a minus x, a being a certain constant, so in this case 105 minus x, 134 minus x, so any region like this, a minus x, that has to be greater than equal to 0, right? All the regions has to be non-negative. This will actually give you the maximum value of x. So x is less than equal to a, right? So as we obtained here. And any region which are of this form, x minus something is greater than equal to 0. So something like this. So this will give me the minimum of x. So the minimum of x is something like x greater than equal to b. So that indicates that b is the minimum value of x, right? So just focus on these kind of regions. So you'll always figure out these kind of things very quickly, the minimum and maximum. Given the constraint, of course, that's the constraint, but given the constraint that the regions have to be non-negative. Why I'm stressing on that is it's not limited to Venn diagram only. Any sort of LR sets also, where the values and everything have to be non-negative, and the regions are in terms of variables. You can use this idea. So that comes in handy. You find out the minimum and maximum. So that's it for this question. On the face of it, it's not a very tough one, but then it will take a bit of time to analyze. If you're going with the options, that will be overcomplication. You'll figure out each and every region for each and every option, and then only then you can justify. So I would say roughly 1 to 1.5 minutes to solve this problem. Analyzing the region should not be a problem if you understand this idea. Then straight away there. And I would say maybe leave this for round 2. The first round, don't work on these kind of analysis. Do the questions which are immediately solvable. Later on, mark this for review and move along, and then come back to a problem like this in the second round. So that's it for this question. Hope that was understood. Thank you.